So apparently, Fresh and Fit's nightmare baby mama drama has finally come to an end. Daisy apparently got rid of the baby, as I suspected she eventually would. And she is now explaining that she's not keeping the baby. She explains why, all this foolishness. And she also tries to, like, flirt with Abba or something. Like, I don't know what's going on with this chick, but I'm not gonna lie, Fresh, you're a lucky man. You are a lucky man. Now let's see what's going on with this chick, because this is actually, like, ridiculous.
Daisy actually explained it herself. All right.
Hi guys.
Say hi to the camera. Do you
Hi,
need
guys.
water?
Yeah, please.
Baby, you get us some water?
What is this?
Thank you.
Who? Wait. He asked for water a second ago. He asked for water a second ago.
Thank you.
Papi, ¿tú quieres agua también?
Okay.
Sí,
So
gracias, Mama.
thank you everyone for watching,
Okay, that has to be scripted. Anyways, whatever.
and thank you Duke for
Yeah.
letting me be here.
course.
And yeah, so as you guys know that I've been pregnant since March 1st. I've shown you all the receipt. I mean, there's no way I can fake it. And it's also, there's a document about doctor's announcement. So as you know, that's no way I can fake it. So I swear to my family that the pregnancy is true and the baby is precious.
Okay. You're not giving a State of the Union address. You don't need to swear to your family. But what made her think that by swearing to her family, all of a sudden this is true? You're the same lady that was providing all these receipts before that had all of us thinking you were telling the truth, which I don't think she was lying about the pregnancy, because she did have some documents, medical documents with her name on it. But the fact that she wasn't straightforward about when she was going to terminate the pregnancy and if she was going to terminate the pregnancy is interesting.
It's his baby, okay? Because
Well, we don't know if it's his baby because you got rid of the baby. We don't know if it's actually his.
all the stress that's been going on for the past month, it caused me a lot of emotional damage, and I've been starting feeling a lot of panic, and like it's just like a lot of going on. Like every time I'm in public, I'm just trying to get myself together and trying to be positive and to show you guys and show other women like a good example that we are strong. Even though we're going through some kind of situation in life, life is not always perfect.
Hold on. Okay, she's talking about how when she goes in public, she's trying to be strong. No one knows this lady. No one knows her like that. And she's like, I don't understand. Here's my concern. My concern is that she allowed everybody to think she was going to have the baby when the baby was gone in the early stages of the pregnancy. That concerns. That's where I kind of am like, bro, like, you literally just sat there and made everybody believe this guy was going to have this baby. You let him believe he was going to have this baby. You publicized all this information knowing there was never going to be a baby. Why? What was the goal? Like, I don't want to be too aggressive now and start accusing her of things, but I need to know the timeline of this to figure out if she was trying to extort Fresh. What was going on?
So no matter what, we have to be strong. I have to be out there for myself.
Not really. Like, if you were gonna have the kid, which you made it seem like you were going to do, you should not have made it public. I hate this, like, narrative of, like, oh, if I have a baby with a guy who's really, really successful, the first thing I do at the slightest hint of resistance from this man is grab all the DMs I can possibly find and post them on social media in a social effort to pressure him into doing what I want. The problem that you guys seem to always forget is that there's a kid that has to deal with this stuff when they grow up. It's not just about you and the baby daddy. There was a kid involved. I hate this glorification of like baby mamas of successful guys coming out in the public and like glorifying this like ridiculousness of just going public and posting things. Stop doing that. Stop. There's nothing wrong with trying to hold a man accountable, especially if he sold you a dream of family. Sold you a dream of we're going to build this family together in Miami. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. Him taking you to see his family in Barbados, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But if you were genuine in your desire to have this child in a healthy and happy environment, you shouldn't have been going public. I don't condone none of this at all. It's not cool. You're causing harm to these children, thinking that you're somehow sticking it to the baby daddy or that somehow you're going to make him accountable. That's just not the case. If you want to keep him accountable, go to the courts. Go to the courts, but do not under any circumstance go public because you're going to put your child's mental health at risk. It's just not cool.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna be able to keep the baby. I know there's a lot of voice being talking about she's been baby trapping, she's planning the whole story. You know, there's no reason if I want to baby trap him, why would I decide not to keep the baby? Because I actually planned the baby with him. Do you guys understand? I've been taking a lot of
Let's see what else she says.
she's been baby trapping. If I want to baby trap him, why would I decide not to keep the baby? Because I actually planned the baby with him. Do you guys understand? I've been taking a lot of supplements since January. Okay, since January, like the day I went back to China, I told all my friends I'm not gonna, because I'm not. I'm a social drinker. I don't like alcohol. I used to do bodybuilding. Alcohol is just not my hobby. So I've been
Oh, so she was drinking? She was drinking while allegedly pregnant? What's going on? Okay. So she effed up. So she somehow got caught drinking. I don't know how, because every time I tried to look her up, all of her accounts were either banned or removed. It's crazy how, like, everybody gets footage of this chick, but like I had to scour the deepest recesses of Twitter and Reddit to figure out where the clip of her explaining this was. Because I'm like, but where is she at? So apparently, she was sipping alcohol and people caught her. And this was before she admitted, hey, there's no baby anymore. So, of course, people are like, okay, one of two things is happening. Either A, you're actively harming your baby, or B, there is no baby, and you're drinking alcohol because you are free of the responsibility of making sure your baby comes to term healthily. So, the fact that she never said anything is weird. Like, I'm not going to sit there and act like, I can't believe she didn't tell us her personal life details. But, it's like, the fact that she was gonna have this kid and she was gonna do this and do that while simultaneously exposing Fresh, and she gonna do this and do that, and it's like, damn, like you expose the guy, you're dangling this baby over him, he tells you he doesn't want to have the baby, you're supposedly drinking while you have the child inside of you. Thank God it's not in there, but like it's just one big just storm of buffoonery.
planning to keep myself healthy, taking supplements in order to get pregnant, in order to plan our baby with Walter, Walter Weeks. So I actually manifest this baby, and God gave me the baby.
Okay, manifestation. God gave you the baby. I want to hear an explanation for why she got rid of it now.
So can you imagine? I was very emotional when I had a video call with him, when I had a voice call with him. I was actually very emotional because God actually gave me the baby. God gave me what I want. Of course, I wasn't going to like kill it. I'm not going to kill my baby because I planned the baby with him. But just everything, like, after everything's going on, like, really, like, I'm not going to be a single mother. I don't want my baby grow up without a father. Even until now, he's not showing up. I asked him to do a DNA test. I asked him to speak out. He refused. Instead, he's been acting like a fucking child. on the show.
Whoa.
And
Okay, but hold on. You've only been pregnant for 2 months. Can you have a DNA test? I know you can do. I know you can do a. I don't know if they're called prenatal or whatever. I know you can have a DNA test on a baby before it's actually born. Like I know that's possible. It's just, is it possible at 2 months?
playing a song like celebrating me being single mother, but you guys, you're not gonna get away with this because I'm not gonna be a single mother. I'm not letting my child grow up without a
Okay, they're not gonna get away with this. What does she mean? Like, what is she trying to say?
single mother. I'm not letting my child grow up without a father. That's not fair. I grew up in a single family and my mom left us when I was 10. I know how it feels. It's horrible. Because when I was young, like my schoolmates, my like like people from school, they've been laughing at me like, why don't you have a mom, you know? It's just very complicated and I know how it will affect my baby. So yeah, I'm not gonna be able to keep the baby.
Okay, so apparently she got rid of the baby because she didn't want to be a single mother, which is understandable. I mean, like, I'm not going to sit here and say she should have had the child. The problem is, this gets worse. Apparently, she's flirting with Abba from Abba and Preach, apparently.
Relax, bro. I'm gonna do something that's gonna make you look a little bit better.
Picking coconuts in Barbados.
Yeah.
Just kidding. So I thought this whole Abba and Preach, Daisy, Fresh and Fit debacle, the whole arc was done. But another twist came down the way. 2 twists. One twist you guys already might know of. She didn't keep the baby.
I'm not gonna kill my baby because I planned the baby with him. But it's just everything, like after everything's going on, like really, like I'm not gonna be a single mother. I don't want my baby grow up without a father. Even until now, he's not showing up.
Not the biggest twist. I predicted this in the last video. Huh? Might.
Again!
But here's the thing that was weird to me. Yeah, homegirl's trying to flirt with me. She's like, yo, I know you want me. And I was like, huh? It's like, I know it. You want me. Now please download Snapchat. I'm like, nah, I don't want no more apps. She's like, please do it for me.
He said, I don't want no more apps. Abba got that data. He running up that data. He don't want no more apps on his phone. Daisy saying, create Snapchat for me, please. Like, what is with this chick? What makes her think that Abba, does she not realize she's just a pawn in his game against Fresh and Fit? Baby mamas who run to their baby father's enemies, bro, like, it's like, do they not understand how this ends? Like, luckily for her, she didn't actually have a baby with Walter, so she doesn't have to actually experience the actual, like, blowback that comes from this kind of behavior. But don't women understand, when you align yourself with the enemies of your man or your baby daddy, there is no going back. You are nothing but a tool to the person who's using you, and to the guy that you're betraying or angry at or whatever. He's not going to want to associate with you either, unless he's got no spine, no backbone. The dude who you're turning on him and collaborating with, that guy, he just saw how you betrayed your man. Why would he want to associate with you? So you could do to him what you just did to your baby daddy, to your man? Why? It's a lose-lose. I don't know why women who do this shit think that they have, like, there's greener grass on the other. There is none. Never. And I say this to fellas too. Fellas, do not sleep with the enemy. Do not start associating with your spouses or your baby mama or baby daddy's enemies. It's dumb. It's a situation that you cannot, like, once you're in that, you cannot get out. Like, you're in this invisible box where neither side wants you. One side feels betrayed. The other one knows you're not trustworthy. Don't do no stupid shit like this.
I'm like, nah. It's like, so why are you talking to me then? I was like, listen, you just...
Daisy Chen said nothing major. I was just saying that I may have found you interesting because I think about you constantly. Huh? I don't... Daisy is one of two things that's happening here. Daisy's trying to finesse Abba, option one, or two, she's like a certified lover girl up to 1,000. Like she just falls for any guy, which is both of these things are worst case scenario. But it seems like she's running a manipulation game here, or she's just falling for any dude who shows her any lick of attention. Abba responds by saying, I get that, but you're also coming out of something and going through an abortion. I can be supportive, but it probably isn't the most responsible time to be interested in me romantically. Obviously, Abba is like treading on thin ice here. This is the thing about internet beef and internet drama is like, once you start dealing with these crazies, like it's really hard to pacify them. It's really hard to get them to relax.
An abortion, I just make sure you good. That's it. And, you know, she's trying to lay it on thick, and I'm like, listen, I'm like, lady, why are you?
I think I get what she's trying to do. She's probably trying to smash Abba, so she can then tell Fresh, I smashed your enemy. So she's doubling down on the whole laying with the enemy thing, which, like I just said before, don't do it. If you're a member of the human species, don't do it. Don't lay down with the enemy of your baby daddy, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever. Just don't. It's a bad idea. Like, unless they've done something absolutely evil, like something that is like just bereft of any redemption, they cannot come back, it's irreprehensible, don't do it. If the relationship is on some level reparable, don't do none like this. It looks like she's going for the kill shot. She's trying to smash Abba so she can then turn around and be like, that's why I F so-and-so. Which still is a bad look. Because then it's like, oh, well, you're that kind of chick. You're the kind of chick to run over to the enemy. It's just, this chick is a piece of work.
Being so aggressive. It's not like we out here sharing every detail about our lives. Like, why are you trying to say something? This is weird. Like, let me get this straight. You just date one YouTuber, okay? It goes horribly. You get pregnant by him after you accelerated the whole process insanely fast. Then you thinking about going through an abortion, which you do end up doing, and you lie about the timeline. And then with the person that was helping you to expose all these details.
Oh, she lied about the timeline of the abortion? Uh-oh. So she must have got it at a much earlier time than what we thought. And she didn't say anything. Why? She must have been angry. Obviously, she was angry at Fresh, but I'm trying to figure out, what was she after? Was she after something financial? Like, what was the goal of omitting the fact that, hey, like, I got rid of this kid? Why couldn't she just say, hey, Fresh and I were planning on having a baby, but this guy duped me and lied to me. So as a responsible woman, I decided it would be best to not have a child without a father. But this guy, he lied to me. That still would have hit. That still would have damaged his. It would have done. I don't know, man. Something about that chick actively having your child and saying she's gonna give birth to it is significantly worse than a chick saying I aborted it, but this guy's a piece of shit. Like, I kind of see this chick. She's calculated. I'm not gonna lie. This is the worst. She's one of those like worst case scenario. She's your enemy. Fresh, you're still not out of the clear.
Tails, you trying to start some kind of illicit relationship, huh?
Yeah, Alba's in a bad spot.
I like to cover days of our lives, but I ain't trying to be in it. My name ain't Walter. I'm from Barbados. I don't like coconuts, and I ain't into tricking. That's not for me. I want my personal life to be free of abortions, free of drama, baby mamas, and everything in between. I'm not down for that. Now, I think it's really weird that you trying to get back into anything that's even remotely close. So why are you trying so hard? And here's the thing, let's be honest. Let's be honest. A woman that looks like that and takes pictures like that ain't laying it on thick with a nigga that look like me. I ain't saying I don't get it in. I ain't saying girls don't check for me. But a girl that look like that take pictures like that, ain't making no advances on me. And
I mean, that's true, though. Like, a chick that's into the kind of stuff that she's into, fine dining, traveling, going here, going there, designer bags. A chick like her is probably not checking for a dude like Abba. But Abba, you got to keep in mind, you have a successful YouTube channel. You get hundreds of thousands of views every video. You're a reasonably attractive guy. It's not impossible, but given the context in which y'all know each other, it's definitely, it's fishy. Beyond fishy. It's not trustworthy.
unless it's for that shmoney. No, we don't have to lie to ourselves. Don't get me wrong. I do get my DMs. They don't look like that. Okay? And I ain't a dreamy type. I ain't no MLK. I ain't no sleep, no American dream, no nothing. I live in reality.
MLK.
I date real normal people. Maybe they come knock once. This girl done did it like 2-3 times. And I said, oh, I'm like, there's no way you're that person. We don't have any reason. So of course I'm suspicious. She claimed that she'd kept the kid. Turns out she'd already had the abortion about 2 weeks before. So she'd been lying to everybody, right? Because she ended up getting caught in a live stream drinking, and everyone's like, wait, aren't you pregnant? And then she's like,
She was live streaming drinking? That makes the most sense, right? Because usually, like, why would you get caught off of a live stream? But the fact that she got an abortion 2 weeks before saying something is interesting. That's interesting. Interesting. So this chick was was she trying to extort Fresh? Was she trying to damage Fresh's reputation? I mean, she successfully did that. I don't think any woman could go on Fresh and Fit now and listen to anything Fresh has to say. It will be an eternal thing of, you got that chick pregnant. Don't talk to me. Y'all already know how this go. It's over for Fresh. Like, I'm not saying Fresh needs to be replaced, but I'm not gonna lie, like, it's gonna be hard for Fresh to participate in the same capacity that he used to. I just can't see it happening anymore.
no, I wasn't drinking alcohol. Then she had to walk her back and said, guys, I'm not keeping the kid. I just got the abortion. She'd already gotten it. Wow, that's why she was drinking on. She'd been lying, folks. She'd been lying about that portion.
Daisy.
She went to the ultrasounds and all that stuff. By that point, apparently she'd already gotten it done. That's right. Somebody apparently got in touch with her pimp. Yeah. They found out she really was a night worker. Yeah. But I ain't gonna give you the
Fresh. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and like act like, oh, like, I can't believe you got a baby by a you know what worker. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's like a horrible thing or like that's a bad thing. Like, all humans are deserving of life and deserving of being able to give life to someone. I don't think there should be like an inherent shame, but for Fresh and Fit, this is a horrible look. And on top of that, Fresh and Fit denied her ever being an escort back when they were still cool with her. So this isn't a good look. I hope Abba has receipts.
Details on that. That'll be Tree of Logic who's gonna do that. And what's more, she was going through Walter's stuff, some of his jewelry boxes. Yeah.
I checked Tree of Logic. I couldn't find anything on Daisy yet. I don't know what's going on with that. I haven't been able to find it, but I would imagine Tree of Logic probably has the receipts. So apparently, allegedly, the baby moms is a worker. Apparently the baby moms did lie about when she got the abortion. Apparently the baby moms did lie about having a baby in the first place. And the baby moms got caught on camera drinking while still running the lie that she was pregnant. This is mental illness up to the utmost extent. If this kid had been born to these two, I would have to pray an infinite amount of prayers for this child. To be stuck with Fresh and Daisy, Lord have mercy.
God, that's a bad one right here. Or guys, go check out Tree of Logic because she's going to be dropping a vid with all the receipts and everything. But all this to say, what does all of this mean in the grand scheme of things? Walter, you're a sucker. You fell for that shit? Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. She hyper aggressive, but she ain't skilled. She don't got that finesse. I mean, one of the really good details she did is she paid for part of that bracelet, $15K. You know, that's some next level tricking where you trying to do the long con. That's pretty good. But outside of that, her DM game was trash. The fact that you fell for that isn't because she's talented or she's some con artist. Is that you really wanted to believe that she was super into you.
Well, I'm gonna give Fresh some credit here. Fresh met her in a different context than, okay, the romantic, the genesis of the romance between her and Fresh is different from the genesis of the romance between you and her. You know she's an untrustworthy actor. You know what she's capable of. You know that although you and her are not close, she's making moves on you. Fresh, however, I'm assuming, didn't know what she was capable of, hadn't seen the level of chaos and destruction she was capable of leaving in her wake, and of course, fell in love. I gotta give Fresh credit. Abba, this is unfair. You know she can't be trusted. She's flirting with you despite barely knowing you. God only knows what she's plotting and planning for you. You know what I'm saying? Abba wake up with a kidney missing. I don't know what she got going on. I don't know what she's planning. But I gotta give Fresh some grace. Fresh didn't have the knowledge you have. Just because she's an Instagram model and she doesn't have the best riz in the world doesn't necessarily, like, bro, how many women actually have good riz? It's a significantly low amount. Like, there's a reason why most chicks are touchy and feely when they flirt, because they just can't say anything. Like, they just like, if they had to do it with words only, it'd be impossible for most of them. For 90%, like, it'd be impossible. I gotta give Fresh Prince CEO the grace and the credit that he understandably fell for what no one else should have fallen for. I gotta give Fresh Prince CEO the credit.
Wait, I seen her text me. I was like, "Oh, girl, your message. You must be running game with 30 different dudes. Ain't no way. My girl got a football roster full of dudes. She probably texts him like this: Walter, you're supposed to be an expert, but you fell for really lame game, and you nutted inside her and you got her pregnant. Now we all grateful that she didn't keep it, because that baby would have deserved way better than y'all two as parents."
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, oh my
the dudes
God.
in the red pill don't practice what they preach. Now, as for me, we're being honest. We gave her a little bit more charitability than she probably deserved. But hey, man.
I mean, like, to Abba's grace, Abba was beefing with Fresh and Fit. If it even seemed like there was evidence that Fresh had effed up the way it seemed like he did, obviously he's gonna take it. I would have taken it if I had YouTube beef and I thought I had information that could bury my opponent forever to finally end it once and for all and to be rid of them for good. You think I'm not gonna deploy that information in the battle? Like, of course. I don't think Abba and Preach were too charitable. I think Abba saw a chess move he could make, and he took advantage. Unfortunately, the piece fell off the board. She was not pregnant. She's a liar. And I mean, like, there's not really much you could do with that. Like, she was capping. But nah, like, you know, obviously Abba's he's gonna humble himself here because he got played too. But nah, Daisy came with documents, receipts. There was just, like, it was reasonable to believe that she probably was gonna have Fresh's baby. Like, there's an alternate timeline where, like, no one second guesses or questions her because the baby actually did come to term. So, you know, I gotta give Alba some grace.
No, it's all good, because we didn't say she is one thing or another. The only people who said she wasn't an escort was who? Fresh and Fit.
But then she's running around and telling Abba and Preach and all these other simps, "Oh, I'm not an escort," and they're believing it. "Oh, okay, I believe it." Letting her tell you all these lies. A question for you, bro. What proof do you have that she's an escort? This girl comes from a rich-ass family.
Yeah, bro.
You know how difficult it is to get a fucking visa as a Chinese national to come to the United States as often as she does? She comes from a very wealthy family, bro.
Here's where you're wrong. One, she's on court, and two, I didn't buy a bracelet.
Bro, you thought that shit was gonna work on me? You don't know how I roll. Because we out here being boys with the boys. She's out here.
This man is playing characters on the screen. Okay, look. Ultimately, Fresh and Fit at this point, I don't know how they're going to continue with Fresh. With Myron alone, possibly. I don't know how anyone can take that show seriously. As it pertains to conversations outside of dating, Fresh and Fit are great. Like, you know, they just hosted a debate with Destiny and someone else. They're good with that kind of stuff. They're really good at that. As it pertains to conversations about dating and women, it's not looking good for them. It's not. The fact that she ran this much game for this long only further solidifies the fact that Fresh did, in fact, fall in love with an alleged escort. It's an all-around just horrible look. But the fact that this baby almost was born to Fresh and this woman is insane. The fact that Fresh basically love-bombed this woman, took her to Barbados, treated her to this, treated her to that, bought this, bought that, receipts provided. The fact that Fresh was basically lying to this woman, trying to get her to fall in love with him just so he could have access to, you know, her body, I'm assuming. And then when he decided, I'm on to the next, he just drops her. Only problem is, she's pregnant. She then aborts the baby ASAP while simultaneously saying, I'm gonna keep the baby. Lying. Like, saying, like, I'm gonna keep the baby when you've already, like, aborted it. Then causing this massive spiral. I don't know what Fresh... I'm gonna imagine Fresh dropping her like it's hot after him like love bombing her triggered that you know the hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. He triggered that in her, and she unleashed on him by just making up stuff, you know, omitting certain pieces of information, leading us on for the longest. But she eventually had to come clean. She eventually would have to come clean, because you know 9 months from now, people are gonna be like, "Hey, Fresh, how's that baby?" People are going to be checking in on her. Hey, Daisy, how's that baby? Ultimately, you know, the lifestyle of messing with all these escorts and all of these IG models, I'm not saying that it's like, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but I do believe that you should be, try to take care of things, and you want to do things at a minimum. You want to be controlled with how you do things. I'm looking for the word here, but I can't find it. Moderation is key. Moderation is key. This promotion of, oh, you need to talk to like 50 different women in order to gain experience. You really don't. All it takes is like maybe 3 different girls in one lifetime for you to kind of know what you should or shouldn't do. It just depends upon whether you're going to actually remember and actually like focus and learn from those mistakes. But this is a prime consequence of the lifestyle they sell. Hook up with 50 different women. You know, do this, do that, and of course, you eventually end up with an escort pregnant with your child. Man, I don't know, man. I mean, like, ultimately, like, this is just a bad situation all around for Fresh, and all around bad situation for the brand. Daisy's word is now worth nothing. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Team Daisy, Team Fresh, Team Abba and Fit, Abba and Preach. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.